better start packing now.
I respect the chair's authority, but the chair...
Mr. Homan!
You work for me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a taxpayer. You work for me.
This is awesome.
President-elect Donald Trump's administration is starting to take shape.
He tapped Tom Homan to be his border czar.
Why should a child who is an American citizen have to pack up and move to a country that they don't know?
Because their parent obviously entered the country illegally, had a child knowing he was in the country illegally, so he created that crisis. First of all, your comments are disgusting. I've served my country. I've served my country for 34 years.
I find your comments disgusting as well.
I've served my country for 34 years. And yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms in back of that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life were like. And I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed.
Trump saying, quote, there is nobody better at policing and controlling our borders. Likewise, Tom Homan will be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin.
I hear a lot of people say, the talk of a mass deportation is racist. It's threatening to the immigrant community. It's not threatening to the immigrant community. It should be threatening to the illegal immigrant community.
On November 10th, 2024, President-elect Donald Trump announced that Tom Homan, his former acting director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, will return to serve as what Trump has termed the Border Czar.
As ICE director, Homan led the zero-tolerance policy that separated parents from their children at the border. The ACLU estimates between 500 and 1,000 families have yet to be reunited.
4 years complaining about what this administration did to this border. I've been yelling and screaming about it, telling them what they need to do to fix it. So when the president asked me, would you come back and fix it? Of course I have to. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. So, look, I'm honored the president asked me to come back and help solve this national security crisis. So I'm looking forward to it. And look, I love Fox. I love the family there. But I think that the calling is clear. I got to go back and help because every morning I get up. Every morning I'm pissed off about what this administration did to the most secure border in my lifetime. So I'm going to go back and do what I can to fix it.
So the recommendation of the many that you recommended family separation.
I recommended zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father from his
Mr. Homan, with all due respect.
When you're into the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum and go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
To the question, if there's a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families, Homan said this.
Of course there is. Families can be deported together.
Tom Homan, known for his stringent views on immigration, will oversee both the southern and northern borders. His role will include managing deportations, a policy area where he has significant experience from his previous tenure. Public reaction has been mixed. Supporters of the move see it as a step towards stronger border security, whereas immigration advocates express concern.
Practically speaking, who's going to do it? Are you envisioning military troops throughout the country rounding people up? Tell me how it's going to be done in a practical sense.
First of all, I want to make one thing clear. I read a piece this morning, I think Daily Caller, somebody said, Tom Homan says the military is going to go out rounding up and arresting illegal aliens. Never said that. Never said that in my entire life or in my career. So that was a ridiculous thing I just read in the paper this morning. It's going to be a well-targeted, planned operation conducted, led by the men of ICE. The men and women of ICE do this daily. They're good at it. They're all got Fourth Amendment training. They know they can and cannot do illegally. And it's a well-targeted. When we go out there, we're going to know who we're looking for. We most likely know where they're going to be, and this will be done in a humane manner.
You better start packing now. You're damn right. because you're going home. I got another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You smuggled enough fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
As the Trump administration prepares to take office again, the appointment of Tom Homan as Border Czar will undoubtedly be a focal point of debate. We'll keep you updated on how this role develops and what it means for U.S. immigration policy. Stay tuned for more on this story.
The southwest border is the biggest national security vulnerability this nation's ever seen. He sees more red flags now than ever before. We have to secure the border. And as far as the people want to push back on deporting these people, what is the option? You have a right to claim asylum. You have a right to see a judge, and we make that happen. But at the end of that due process, if the judge says you must go home, then we have to take them home. And because if we're not, what the hell are we doing? If the judge's order doesn't mean anything, then shut down the immigration court, take the Border Patrol off the border, so there's no consequences violating the laws of this country. We'll give you a fair shake. You get a chance to claim asylum, but due process doesn't mean squat if the final decision of the court isn't carried out. What is the option? Let them all stay? Because if that's the option you want, you're never going to fix the southern border, because you send a message to the whole world. Come to the United States, enter the country legally, which is a crime. Don't show up in court, or show up in court, get an order removal, but you still get to stay. That doesn't work.
Tom, I guess you got to build a wall, and you got to stop sanctuary cities.
Why would you release 5 or 6 female children to one male sponsor? Why would you do that? So God help these children. God help these children. I love kids. And this administration, I don't want to hear another word about you being humane. You're putting children at risk. Record number of Americans are dying. Record numbers of migrants are dying. There's one guy who can fix this shit, and it's Donald Trump.
What are your thoughts on Tom Homan's powerful message? Do you agree with his call for stronger legislative action on immigration? Share your views in the comments below.
Look, I knew President Trump was going to run before you did, because I had dinner with him in Las Vegas about 6 months before he announced. And we were having dinner, and he looked at me and says, Tom, I think I'm coming back. If I come back, can I get you to come back? I says, I tell you what, sir, I'm so pissed off, I'll come back for free.
Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth coverage. See you in the next one.